This is Nishan, and I'm presenting our CardanOx Closeout report for Fund 10, where our challenge theme was startups and onboarding for students. So, our project mainly focused on onboarding students at the University of Oxford, and some of the achievements that we've really got this year was, first of all, over 60 plus Oxford students and researchers engaged with our program. We had at least two events per term with an attendance of 12 plus. Amongst the attendees, most learned in depth about what crypto was from our hub. We had a flagship hackathon where we were driving 20 retweets, 10K impressions on Twitter, and received over 10 plus projects. We also, had driven lots of collaborations amongst Oxford AI Society, Ox founders, and other Oxford University based organizations just to get that wider network and that, wider catchment for crypto and blockchain conversations within Oxford. Finally, we had 5 plus new members fully engaged with the society, helping, building on it, socializing, and sort of helping us lead in crypto at Oxford. So some of the KPIs that we had were like having more than 10 plus students attending our events were met, and sort of hosting at least one social and one workshop. We managed to meet these KPIs by hosting one workshop and one social at least per term. So these are the Freshers Week fair that we had, and through a treasure hunt, we managed to distribute all of our Keep Cups, and it was an amazing event. We got a large mailing list through it. As well as doing that, we had our first social event, and in our second term, we again had our social event to begin with, and then we had a workshop on Aiken. Finally, in our sort of term 3 plus, we had multiple social events, as well as we had a lecture on sort of innovation in blockchain as well. Finally, we had sort of a workshop prior to the Cardano hackathon just to get people prepared for it. And then finally, we had our sort of flagship hackathon. We were only sort of hoping for 2 plus high quality projects, but in our KPIs, but at the end, we actually managed to get far more great projects. And we also make sure that it was a good social event and everyone enjoyed the post hackathon tour of Oxford and dinner. So some of the things that we learned were, we realized we needed a good committee to carry on, and we've trained the next cohort to take on the mantle of CardanOx. So post-event surveys had a very low response rate, and other student societies don't tend to do them. So we just adapted a model of speaking to every participant individually after events. The Dine and Learn format was successful and enabled us to get many committed members and establish ourselves amongst a very competitive you know, a network of societies that are also offering amazing events. And again, there's so many high quality events that are going on, and we manage to sort of partner with Oxford AI, the Oxford AI Society, the Oxford Founders Society, and that was the key to our numbers. And engaging students in learning Cardano remotely wasn't the best, we realized, and we had higher retention rates with in-person workshops. And having those social events were good to pique interest, and sort of bringing them on to sort of follow up lectures, and as well as having sort of food at the hackathon really encouraged people to come on board, and having participation prizes along that helped encourage students to come along for the hackathon and the social events. So what are the next steps for our society? We are going to take on board the learnings, and we're going to continue to educate Oxford students and researchers on blockchain and Cardano. We are going to continue the hub with a full roster of social events and workshops for the incoming freshers, with current Oxford students, who already we've trained up as well. We're going to ensure that we maintain our current membership, so keeping them engaged and coming back to the hub again in the new academic term. We are going to further increase our reach of the hub, organize bigger hackathons, partner with other societies, and I think also it's very important that we stay connected with our alumni hub, so the people who are leaving Oxford but were part of CardanOx before. And we also want to have an increased representation of the Cardano Oxford hub at the Cardano Summit and other leading crypto conferences. And we want to make Cardanox, one of the prominent and diverse societies, prominent societies amongst sort of the diverse range of student body that we have, and try to make it a permanent part of the Oxford social calendar. So people know that these events are happening every year, um, twice a term at least. So people know to anticipate our events. Thank you.